The new Craft-a-Flower Dahlia is a paper crafter's dream, but it has a trick up its sleeve. So you're going to want to know this before you get started creating flowers of your own. On the surface, the Craft-a-Flower Dahlia looks pretty easy, and it actually is. There's only 3 layers for each of the elements, so it's not difficult to put together. But you'll definitely want to pay attention to the layering guide, as there is a little bit of a twist in this setup. So let's take a look. I have my cardstock already cut. So what I did is I took the shades of purple gradient cardstock and I cut it into 4-inch pieces. And then I took the green Meadows cardstock and cut it into 2-inch pieces. These are perfect to get everything that I need for all of my flowers and leaves. So for the leaves, I'll start with the medium shade. And this is actually going to be the background. So normally when you're creating flowers like this, or even when you're stamping, you're always starting with the lightest shade. In this case, the lightest shade is going to be this middle die, and it has these little die cuts to allow this darker color to poke through. So I'm going to set up my full background dies on the medium color. And so for the green Meadows, this is the just green, or the middle layer. And I'll go ahead and run that through my mini blossom. Now that I have the background pieces cut, I'm going to go to the second layer, which is this detail layer, and this is going to go on the lightest color. If you're using the green Meadows gradient cardstock, that's going to be the Minty Mint, or the lightest color that comes in that pack. And again, just run that through your mini blossom. Now that those are cut out, I can go ahead and add them, and you'll start to see how this comes together with that darker color behind. So they line up just perfectly, one right on top of the other, and now you can see how that detail color is popping out, and that it is truly meant to be the darker color of the two. And again, you're just going to do the same thing for the larger leaf, and there you go. So for the final layer, it is basically an outline layer, and these will just go again right through your mini blossom, and then you can go ahead and attach them. So with these cut out, they just go around the edge and up the center. So just the littlest bit of adhesive is truly needed to pop these guys right on. It's going to follow up that center line perfectly and go right around the outline. So if you save all the extra pieces left over from your cutouts, you could end up with a reverse image. You would need to cut an extra base and then go ahead and add the third piece that cut the outline. Add that right on top, like so. And then these little cutouts from the lightest color would go on either side. Though that's not necessarily the intent of these die cuts, it's definitely an added bonus that will create some different looking leaves for your projects. Of course, if you change up your color scheme, you could have it so you had light, medium, and dark in the opposite way. But this way you get 4 leaves instead of just 2. All right. Moving on to the dahlia itself, you'll need to pick 3 colors of cardstock in order to do your layers. I've chosen the shades of purple, and in this sample I did Midnight Violet, Deep Iris, and Lavender Fields. But for the sample I will do Soft Lilac, Lavender Fields, and Deep Iris, omitting the darkest color. So again, you're going to start with your medium color, not your lightest color. This is actually going to be your second layer. So I will pull out Lavender Fields, that's my second color, and that's going to go ahead and get the outline. Now this fits perfectly in your mini blossom from edge to edge. You don't have to worry about it not fitting through, and it fits on the cardstock exactly. The next layer is this one here. This is the detail layer, and this is going to be cut out on your lightest shade of cardstock. So when this goes over, it's going to leave kind of the lighter edges of the petals and allow this darker color to show through towards the center. So once you have your second piece cut out, you can go ahead and adhere it straight to that base piece. And it just aligns right on top, so you need to make sure that you've got both pieces going the right direction. Just like that. So now you're starting to get some detail. The final piece is this large one here, and this is going to provide the outline for you and should be done in your darkest shade of cardstock. This final piece is amazing and delicate, and it would be something that would be gorgeous just on its own without the rest of the dies. So definitely consider using this one on its own to create some gorgeous, gorgeous projects. All right, so this just gets glued on just like the rest, matching up right around the outside edge. And there is a beautiful dahlia and some leaves to go with it. If you like, you can pop up one side with some foam and leave the other side glued down, and that gives you a really cool dimensional look to add even more depth and beauty to your projects. I hope you enjoyed this look into the Craft-a-Flower Dahlia and that it helps you to have some success when you get these dies in your hands. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and until next time, happy crafting. Help support my craft education efforts by clicking on the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll get notified when I create new content just for you. If you're looking for something else to watch, how about one of these crafty videos?